What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Hope your vibes are immaculate today. I'm AG, your host, CEO, editor-in-chief, director, manager, all that bullshit and more. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. Appreciate you for listening. And on today's pod, the Mavs come back. A leading comeback. I think this is their leading right here. 13th 10-point comeback of the season. They're 13th, and they lead the league in comebacks and 10-point comebacks. Most 10-point comebacks. The Dallas Mavericks lead the league with 13, counting tonight. That's fucking amazing. Mavericks come out with the victory, 114-113 over the Sacramento Kings. Yeah, man, the Sacramento Kings. And, of course, tonight, I don't know if y'all got the word, but Luka was a late scratch with a toe sprain. Left toe sprain, which I think they're just gonna, rest him up. They don't want him to get any knick-knack injury against the Kings, so they're gonna save him for Monday, which I hope they're saving him for Monday because we play the Utah Jazz then, and that'll be a big game, standings implication between the 4 or 5 seed. So this was great to get this victory and not come out because, man, in the first half, I missed the first half. I was out at my stepdaughter's soccer game, but I was trying to keep up on my phone, and man, you could just look at the stats and see paint points, and it was just, they're unworldly. It was crazy. I think at halftime, let me see. At halftime, I have that right here. Here we go. 38-14 points in the paint, favoring the Kings. They scored 38 points in the paint compared to 14 by the Mavs. And again, we knew this was going to happen, especially since we traded KP, that we're going to miss that inside presence. And, man, De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis were just taking it to us. And really, Fox took it to us the whole game. He had 44 today and really looked almost unstoppable at some points. And Sabonis did really well, especially, really in the first half. Both of them were going off. And, man, if you're just looking at the score, following the score like I was, it looked like this was going to be a blowout. And, any old Mavs team, this is like, damn, like, we're about to lose to the Kings on a Saturday day game. Like, come on, these are the games we got to get up for and be ready and prepared. And give all the credit to the Mavs in the second half. The third quarter, they come out and, that whole third quarter, they were making runs. And they only ended up down, I think, 7 by the end of the third quarter, 5 or 7 at the end of the third. So they had cut significantly into the gap because the Kings were up by as much as 19 in this game, guys. 19. They were killing us. And fourth quarter, man, it was the lead man, the hooper of the game ball, Spencer Dinwiddie. I mean, you could give it a dodo for what happened at the end, but Spencer Dinwiddie really in the fourth, the Mavs took the lead and then almost gave it back to the Kings, but they were really going at it. Like, the Mavs really turned it on their defense and really just their playmaking and started hitting their shots. And the second half was really led by, Spencer, Dodo, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Josh Green were all great players in this second half for us. And, of course, Spencer Dinwiddie, we'll get to the stats and stuff later, but yeah, Spencer had a great game, and he came up big in the fourth, scoring clutch buckets for us, which he has been doing since he became a Maverick. So good stuff by him. And really, at the end of this game, it was a back and forth, and Dallas finally decided to start doubling Fox, just like people do Luka, and just like we just did Curry the other day, the 2 nights really, both nights. But just doubling him right at the end because he was really just unstoppable, hitting from all 3 levels. He was hitting threes, pull-up middies, like getting to the rim, like everything. Everything, he was making it tonight. And, man, they started doubling him at the end and forcing the other players to make plays, and they just couldn't, make enough plays. And the Mavericks were able to tie this thing up at 111, or at 111, this thing was tied up. And last possession goes to the Mavericks, where JB drives, 10 seconds left, JB drives. Spencer is really a decoy standing out there, a fake handoff, and he drives off into the paint and kicks it out and finds Dodo in the opposite corner for an open 3. A little bit hand contested, but it was basically open once he made the pass. He was wide open. Dodo took his time, made sure he got the shot, and hits the 3 with fucking 3 seconds left. to put the Mavs up 114 to 111. What a great, and then they ended up only scoring like a layup at the last second, which, of course, after they missed a three. So really it's ended 114, 113. But once, the game-winning three was Dodo in the corner, who finished with great time. He has 17 points. He played really amazing defensively and offensively. He's really been stepping it up, especially since he got the bag. He's just been killing it. He was 5 of 11 from 3 tonight. 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Good shit. And then, of course, at the end, too, to really tie things up, once the Kings came back and really took the lead late in the fourth quarter, Spencer Dinwiddie was doing his thing, man. He finished with 36 points. I don't know how I didn't start with, I said his name, but I didn't say how much he had. Spencer Dinwiddie had 36 points tonight for the Mavs with Luka out. 36 points and 7 assists. So he was dishing it, too, man. And shout out to our 2 playmakers that we had tonight, because Luka being out, so our other 2 guys, Dinwiddie and Jalen Brunson, did well. Jalen Brunson finished 8 of 15, 2 of 3 from 3, 23 points. Back to Spencer, man, he had 13 free throws. He was getting to the line, attacking the basket, attacking Sabonis. Oh man, that's what the Mavericks have been missing. All those people that said the 3-headed, the 3 playmakers, after Mavericks been clamoring for it, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, I don't know if all 3 playmakers are gonna work. They're going to probably deny it now. But, this is what we missed. This is what we needed. The Mavs really handled their business in the second half tonight and came back. And, props to Spencer Dinwiddie really holding it down since Luka being that number 1 option. Jalen Brunson scoring, doing his thing. He had 23 points and 6 assists. So both of them just dishing it out. Especially Jalen Brunson had the assist to win the game to Dodo for the game winner. Good stuff by those guys with Luka being out. And, of course, we have our other starters, Reggie Bullock and Dwight Powell. They had solid games. They had solid games themselves. Reggie Bullock had 11. Dwight Powell only had 6 points, 7 rebounds. But, again, a lot of hustling on their part. Off the bench, man, we don't get that. Since Spencer's in the starting lineup, we're looking at this bench what can we get from this bench? With Dinwiddie's our main source of buckets off the bench. And we said Bertans give us 7, which I think he had 6 in the first half. Sterling Brown only came and had 2. And Trey Burke, Frank Ntilikina played, but they didn't score. But guess who did score off the bench tonight? In 29 minutes, played a lot of minutes, especially in the second half, that really galvanized the Mavericks to come back with his energy. That is Josh freaking Green, who had his first double-double. He had 12 points and 12 rebounds. This dude was just flying all over the court, just grabbing rebounds, almost getting fouled, trying to do a putback dunk just from his energy. He did great tonight, stepping up with giving more minutes than usual because Luka being out. And he really stepped it up. Good stuff by him. Really great stuff by this whole team, man. It's just, it's a testament to them showing how resilient we've been. And really are now this year, because again, 13 10-point comebacks, that's most in the NBA. This team is really showing its resiliency, and now getting healthy, after the trade, having these players, and they're playing with us in Bertans and Dinwiddie, all the time, not missing any games for random injuries or injuries we have no knowing of. Man, this was a great game, team effort. They really came together at the end. And even at the end of the fourth quarter, because the Mavs took the lead, and then the Kings took it right back, and then got a comfortable 6-point lead, and the Mavs still came back after that, and and ended up finishing the deal off. Good stuff by everyone. Spencer Dinwiddie, what more can you say? He's been what the Mavs have basically been missing. This, it feels like the whole. Well, really, 2 years, another playmaker, just another guy next to Luka, which given, good credit to Jalen Brunson. He's stepped up his game. He is another playmaker. But then to have a really just a hooper, a taller, because Jalen Brunson's only 6'1", 6'2" on a good day. And Spencer Dinwiddie is 6'5", 6'6", so he can handle his own and kind of do a little bit more things than Jalen can just because of his size. And, man, it's really paying off for us and, making Nico look real good right now. But, yeah, man, it's good stuff by the Mavs tonight. Really thought they were going to let this one get away. So credit to them for really not giving up on each other. And in Mavs past, this is one of those games where you would have seen the Mavs probably collapse. That they would have came back in the fourth, took the lead, just like everything happened. But then once the Kings kind of scored again, I think De'Aaron Fox kind of went off and, scoring a couple more buckets on us to give them a lead, like a little 4-point cushion or whatever it was. And it normally in that type of situation, the Mavs have faltered in the past. So this year, just seeing this new change, new mindset, shout out Jason Kidd and the coaching staff for really, installing defensive mindset in these guys and really getting after it, because that was the turn in the second half. And like I've said, since we lost KP, the recipe for us getting dubs is, making shots. Like, if you're going to give up all the rebounds and points in the paint, then we're going to have to play good defense and make jumpers, make shots. And tonight the Mavs did that. They, in the first half, they were getting their ass scored on, which they still end up, losing the points in the paint at the end of the game, total. But, I mean, they were giving up points, and give credit to them as the second half really became sturdy and more aggressive on the defensive end. And they just clawed and clawed and clawed their way back into this. And, end up taking the lead. They give it back, and they stayed with it. The, great mindset of finishing off and, come up with a huge victory tonight. This is actually a huge victory. It shows growth in our team and that other guys stepping up, especially with Luka being out. You're thinking, oh, man, here, hopefully other guys step in. Everybody played really well tonight, especially starters, played really well tonight. Good to see Jalen Brunson score over 20. Which I think I saw it's his career best, 16th, 20-point game, I think, this year. So, of course, he's just improving. And then you got Spencer Dinwiddie. He's just like that natural bucket getter vet, just a hooper, straight hooper, man. Spencer is the fucking hooper. And he came up big for us tonight. Not much else more to this. Just a good fucking game if you missed it, man. If you missed the second half. And that's pretty much it. Now the Mavs will rest and get ready for Monday's game against the Utah Jazz, who, again, it's the battle of the 4th and 5th seed. Mavs trying to make a run and really catch them. Right now, we are tied with them in wins. We both have, us and Utah both have 39 wins, but Utah has 23 wins to Mavericks 25. So they still have one, a full game up on us, but a win tomorrow night will really help push us forward and hopefully plunge us forward and trying to get that into getting that 4th spot over the Jazz, so we can have first home court advantage in the first round, which is something we haven't had in a while. So again, game Monday against the Utah Jazz. Trying to look up exactly what time. I think it's like a 7:30. I have it right here. 7:30. Monday at 7:30. Play the Utah Jazz, man. I hope y'all will be able to catch that, because that will be a great game. Very big playoff implications. So make sure y'all check that out, man. And I'm AG again. Thanks for listening. Follow at Mavs_rundown on Twitter if you want. And Mavs Rundown, the podcast, is on YouTube along with Spotify. Others coming soon. Hey, and remember, guys, cool heads prevail. And I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.